Hi, and welcome back to JN Story Channel. Again, I'm teacher Jessica. Last time we talked about the tenses in the present. Now we're going to talk about the tenses in the past. So, like the tenses in the present, there are also four types of tenses in the past, and these are past simple, past continuous, past perfect continuous, and past perfect. Now let's start with the past simple. Past simple is used to talk about an action that happened before the present time and is no longer happening, or it happened just once in the past. So the form we use in past simple is we add d or ed at the end of the verb. Examples: I played baseball when I was young. He drove me to the airport many years ago. I walked to work today. Now let's move on to past continuous. Others call it past progressive. The past continuous is used to describe a past action that was ongoing. This action may have been interrupted or another action also occurred. So the form is was doing or were doing. For the pronouns he, she, and it, we use was, and for the pronouns I, we, you, and they, we use were. Example, at 5 o'clock I was studying for the test. In this example, the ongoing action is described at a specified time, and that was 5 o'clock. That particular time in the past, I was studying. Another example, I was watering the plants when my brother came home. In this example, the action was interrupted and another action also occurred. She wasn't listening properly when I was speaking. So again, in this example, the action is ongoing while another action also occurred. Next one, past perfect continuous, or it is also called past perfect progressive. The past perfect continuous is used to describe an action that started in the past and continued till another action or time in the past. So the form would be had been doing. So for you to remember this tense, usually the clue is time period plus when. Example, he had been driving for 3 hours when the phone rang. Notice in this example that there was a time period of 3 hours before an action occurred. Another example, I don't think this place had been functioning well for a very long time before it shut down. Another one, he had been running for hours looking for my dog before I found him with my neighbor at the park. And finally, past action. Past action is used to describe an action that was finished before another past action. And the form is had done. Now, this tense gets trickier because just like the present perfect, we have to use the past participle of the verb. Now, there are verbs that are irregular, so the form of their past participle is very different from their base form. For example, the word speak. So the base form is speak, and when we use it in the present tense, we say speak or speaks depending on the subject. And when we use it in the past, we say spoke. But in the past participle, we say spoken. So you really need to know the past participle of verbs, particularly irregular verbs. Now let's get to the examples. I have done a lot of work before I went to bed. Next example, I had thought that over before I went out. I had thought is a finished action. Went is also a finished action. Another example, my friends had left when my mom arrived. Now for our short quiz, I'm going to switch over to my PC so you can see it better. Hi there, and I'm back. So today we have learned about the four types of verb tenses in the past. So the four types of tenses in the past is number 1, past simple, number 2, past continuous, number 3, past perfect continuous, and number 4, past perfect. Now, I'd like you to answer a short quiz that I have prepared for this lesson. So here's the short quiz for the tenses in the past. I'd like you to hit pause and choose the best answer of your choice. Then I reveal the correct answer, alright? So hit pause now. Okay, number 1, I totally blank about the meeting. A, forgot. B was forgetting, C had been forgetting, or D had forgot. Now, the action happened in the past and nothing follows. So it happened only once. That means the tense would be past simple. And the form for the past simple is letter A, forgot. Next, number 2, hit pause now. Okay, number 2, yesterday we blanked the house when the guests arrived. Letter A, cleaned, B, were cleaning, C, had been cleaning, or D, had cleaned. Okay, so here we are talking about an action that was ongoing, then it was interrupted by another action that also happened. There was no specified time mentioned, so this falls to past continuous. And the form for the past continuous is letter B, were cleaning. Way to go! Let's have the next one. Okay, number 3, hit pause now. Number 3, I blanked the basics of algebra before I started trigonometry. Letter A, learned, B was learning, C had been learning, D had learned. Okay, so in this sentence, it says, before I started trigonometry. This gives us a clue that the action before that is a finished action. So the tense that is used to describe an action that was finished before another past action is the past perfect tense. And the form is letter D, had learned. Next, number 4, hit pause now. Alright, number 4, they blanked in New York for 4 years when they had to leave due to personal reasons. Letter A, lived, B was living, C had been living, or D had lived. Alright, so in this sentence, you could see that there is a time period which is 4 years. If you remember the tense in the past, which has a clue of when, plus the time period, that is past perfect continuous. And the form for the past perfect continuous is letter C, had been living. And now for the last one, hit pause now. Number 5, Brendan blanked to his class teacher when we were leaving home. Letter A, talk, B was talking, C had been talking, or D had talked. Okay, so we have the part when we were leaving home. We can assume that this is an action that occurred while another action is ongoing. So the tense that describes a past action that was ongoing is the past continuous. And the form for that is letter B, was talking. Alright, so that's it. I hope you have learned something today. Please watch out for the part 3 of this video, the 4 types of tenses in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!